see, West Palm Beach, Florida. Yes, indeed, West Palm Beach, Florida. I am currently about 67 miles now at this point from Miami, from my destination actually in Apalaca, Florida. Yeah, 67 miles to go. And I guess it's time to do a check-in. Check-in time with Mr. Redundant. Alright, what do we got here? We got Sunday, September 13th. The local time is 4:25 in the PM. It's coming into, well, it would be rush hour. And it kind of feels like rush hour. There's enough traffic out as I work my way through West Palm Beach here. California time would be, let's see, about 1:27 it's telling me. And current local temperature is 86 degrees. I'm trucking along at an elevation of 83 feet and about 66 miles per hour as I go through this little stretch. And yeah, so as my memory serves, this here stretch that I'm going through is going to be getting a little shaky from what I recall last time I went down here. I'm probably going a little bit slow for the locals here. Last time that we came down here, and this was, you know, a month and a week, you know, a month and 2 weeks ago, something like that. Boy, it was rush hour, and I'm talking just packed full of cars, and you know, we were like forced into you know, just ripping through here at full speed, and it's quite the experience, definitely, especially when you're new to driving a truck, to be navigating your way through this as it is packed full of cars at 72 miles an hour. It's a heck of a thing. It is a thrown in the fire kind of experience. So as it is today, being it's Sunday, I'm just taking it cool, going through here. There's still quite a few troopers out, although they have completed their safety blitz. I believe they wrapped it up at midnight on Friday, but I don't know if I would agree with that, because I did see a good number of them still out throughout the day yesterday. So yeah, I don't know, but I'd say it's probably definitely wrapped up now. Knock on wood. So yeah, there you have it. Yep, 60 some odd miles left to go to wrap this one up, and then talked to the boss earlier, and you know, he gave me a call and, you know, confirmed my ETA and all that, and so he's already got me set up with another load that's going to be picking up at midnight tonight down here in Miami, somewhere in another facility, and I'll be carting that one off up to Kentucky. So there we go. That's going to be the deal. That's cool by me. I've been double checking the weather today. What do you say when you only checked it once? I mean, you know, it's kind of a double check, because I first heard about the weather yesterday, so I guess it is a double check. I double checked the weather today, and for tomorrow, the forecast, because they were talking about this tropical depression storm, whatever they're calling it, with the likelihood of it turning into a hurricane as it reached shore in southern Florida. But looks like they have downsized it, that they're just going to keep it classified for the time being as a tropical depression. And from the sounds of it, it's going to be rolling into, unfortunately, Louisiana and Alabama again. So that's too bad. I say unfortunate for those guys, because they just got hit, you know, hard enough that necessarily means that I won't be seeing any of it. I got to take a look at my topography here of the states to see where Kentucky is relative to Alabama and Louisiana, because I'm just that's the thing that I never really paid much attention to in school. I wasn't very good at knowing my states. Something I'm kind of regretting now for this position, this job. So I'm doing my best to learn where my states are here as I go through it. So let's see here. We got Texas. Let's gotta zoom in a little bit. Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Kentucky is going to be, well, where the heck is Kentucky? That's way the heck up here, isn't it? Kansas. I'm going to Kansas. Illinois. Well, where the heck is Kentucky? My God. Here I got a GPS in front of me and I still can't find it. Huh. I mean, I've been to Kentucky. Oh, there it is. I've been to Kentucky before. I ought to have a pretty good recollection of it, but yeah, so just above Tennessee there. So yeah, should be safe haven up there in Kentucky, the looks of it. Good enough for me. So yeah, if I'm not sounding as chipper and excited as I usually am, there's a reason for it, because I ended up stopping in at TA in Jacksonville, which was in the general area of where my junction was going to be from I-10 to I-95 and then south. So anyways, I pulled in over there, found a parking slip, and crashed out and all that, whatever. So hopped up and put topped off the tank, which I only needed a quarter tank or whatever, but I figured I'd just top it off there before I headed out since I was there, and got underway and had made my interchange onto I-95 south. And you know how it's in Florida and this part of the country, the weather can be very sporadic and unpredictable. Excuse me. So we're cruising along, kind of in it was a junction area, so it was in a city, it was Jacksonville. So I think there was, it was actually pretty wide open. It was like 5 lanes, kind of like this. It was a junction area, similar like this. And we're cruising along, and we're coming up to one of these. Well, let me back up. So I'm cruising along, and there's an SUV in front of me, probably from about where I am right now to, let's say, right about now where that white SUV is going in the lane left of me, right? He's up in front of me in this lane. And up in front of him, about 2 or 3 car lengths, are 3 cars that are kind of running kind of packed tight to each other, maybe like a car length in between each one. And so we're cruising along, we're going about, 63, 64, maybe 65 speed limit. I got the cruise control on, and we come up into one of these patches of rain, right? And the way these things work, it's like a wall of rain. And so as you enter into this wall of rain, you start getting on the windshield these big heavy drops that are not very high in frequency. They're like pat, 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 but you're getting into a thicker, into the thicker meat of the wall of rain. And then all of a sudden, sometimes, and this is what happened, is you hit that middle part, and it's instantaneously pouring on you, right? Like, like low visibility all of a sudden and everything. But the thing is it's a wall of rain, so you know it's coming, and you know up ahead, everything's clear, so you can pretty well, go through it without having to concern yourself too much about the visibility. It's just kind of one of those things, you learn these things through experience. Anyhow, so we're going into this thing, and I had taken the cruise control off and put on the engine brake to start slowing myself down. And well, whoever it was, I don't know if it was the SUV directly in front of me or the 3 cars in front of him, but one of them just decided that they couldn't handle it and just slammed on their brakes. I mean, I slammed on their brakes, and boy, it almost turned into a tragedy. It almost turned into a tragedy. I slammed on my brakes, and I was lucky enough that there was nobody in the lane to the left of me, and I just slammed on the brakes and ripped up into that lane and blew right by that car, that SUV that was in front of me. And that's the one who I think, because they slammed on their brakes, it was that SUV directly in front of me, and they were up, I was giving myself the distance that you're supposed to have, 2 to 3 seconds, for that speed, and then slowing down. I was already in the process. I had my engine brake on. I was already in the process of slowing down even further, but they slammed on their brakes because, you get that big thick wall of rain on you in your windshield, and you lose your visibility like that, and it can be a little frightening. It can be a little scary, but when you do it, you need to do it with faith and knowing, because you already know that it's clear ahead of you. Nobody's stopped ahead of you. You can see before you went into it. But some people just they just lose it, and that's what happened. So I managed to veer into that left lane and make my way around them. But if that left lane had been blocked, I mean, it would have been a tragedy. I would have just had plowed right into them, and it would have just been ugly. It would have been a real mess. So it kind of put a big damper on my spirits for today. Like, I've just been kind of feeling like as if, like as if it had happened. That's the kind of effect that it had on my mood. Is, like as if it did, as if it was a tragedy, because it very well could have and should have been. The way they reacted to that, there was just, man, I don't know. Yep. So whatever. But we're moving on, and we got through it, and yeah, they heard a piece of my horn, though. I'll tell you that after the fact. I gave them a big, good piece of my horn a good few times for just being stupid, just being dumb. That was just a dumb move for them, especially with a big truck behind them. It just goes to show you the mentality of some drivers out there, I guess. I don't know. Whatever. It is what it is, and I'm just getting close to my destination here, so anyhow, that's about that. I'll see ya.